just sitting there the whole time he kissing on my neck and like fingering me. In my head, I'm like, this what God don't want me to do? But why? Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So you guys have been at me to do a story time because y'all think I'm so funny and I know I'm kind of funny, so y'all been like, tell us a story or something. So I put on my Instagram this past week a poll. Did you guys want to hear my little how I lost my virginity story, or that time I slashed this little boy's tires? I do want you to know that I am eventually going to tell both stories, but you guys voted that you wanted to hear about how I lost my virginity and what a LOL experience that was. So that's what I'm gonna tell you. I was a virgin for a really long time. Not a really long time, but I didn't lose my virginity until I was 19. I'm 22 now, so I'm still relatively new to this little thing. Okay, you know me? It's still tight down there. You know me? I even ran through. Period. You got some background. If you follow my channel, you follow me, any of my social media, you know that I lost 100 pounds. And the reason I started losing weight is because I was going to an HBCU. I'm from California. There aren't a lot of black people in the area that I'm from, and so I wanted to go and be around black people and the foreign ass black men that this country has to offer. Thing is, when I left for Hampton, I was so naive to like boys and sex and like that, everything that comes with that, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's just not where my focus was in high school. I was making dance routines with my friends, you feel me, watching YouTube videos, doing our makeup. Like, that was what I was doing in high school. I was damn near still watching High School Musical, for real. I was such a kid like. But I was raised in a traditional Black Baptist household. My mom had us in church 2-3 times a week. What came with that is that my mom didn't really talk about sex because her idea was that she wanted my brother and I to wait till marriage. So, you know, if I don't talk about it, you won't want to do it. And so I knew the basics, like if you don't wear a condom, then you'll get an STD and all that kind of stuff that I learned in sex ed at school. But the whole idea was like, you don't want to have sex, period. Now listen, I always knew that at some point I was going to be out here throwing it up. So I never even tried. When my mom tried to make me get a little purity ring, I was like, nah. Because I ain't about to make no promise to God and then be somewhere laid up with somebody's son and he's striking me down with some lightning. I don't have the time for that. It was like that was that on that. And that was probably the only time that we really talked about sex. So when I left for Hampton, I was really very book smart, but not like smart when it came to boys or how they move. I had never talked to no boy on no intimate level in high school. Things that, you know, most people learn when they're 13, 14, 15, 16. I literally got a crash course in one semester. Like, I went to college, met the first boy, met the boy I lost my virginity to my first semester, got my first kiss the second semester. I don't know if I've ever said this on my channel. The HBCU I went to was Hampton University, the real HU, in Hampton, Virginia. It has these things called Holland, which is Holland is the name of our gym. And, you know, like once a week they have like this dance. It's like a high school type thing, but there are certain Hollands that are super lit. So like the very first Holland's lit. I'm an ogre, so Ogre Dollar Holland was always lit. Because it was $1 to get in. And just like there was the Caribbean Holland, you know, they be in there winding, dry humping, all sweaty, you know, like certain Hollands that you just wanted to be at. Not only that, different organizations could put on Hollands. So, you know, the frats could put on Hollands, the sororities could put on Hollands, the different clubs could put on Hollands. And so the particular Holland that my friends and I were going to was the Alpha Holland. Alpha Phi Alpha is a black frat, if you're not familiar. So obviously it's lit. We know a couple alphas, so we like, yeah, we in the thing. So this boy comes up to me and my friends at the time. It was my roommate Jamila, who is also a YouTuber at I Am Jamila Bell. I'm gonna plug her right there. My friend Elantra. We're walking through and this boy grabs my arm, and he's like, I can tell he's kind of turned, but you feel me, whatever. And he's like, I just want to let you know that you're really beautiful and I would love to get your number, and I've been seeing you guys walk around. And he's just spitting game on me. Young little ass had never had no game spit at me. You gotta think, this is like my first semester of college. I've never messed with a boy, and by then I think it was like November. Like I had been in college a couple months, and still no boys had really tried to talk to me. This had never happened. No boy had ever came up to me and told me I was pretty, I was beautiful, they wanted to mess with me. None of it. So I was like in awe. Like I was shocked. And then the other thing was, he wasn't even ugly. He wasn't ugly. He was like decent. Looking back at my friends, and I remember at lunch I was like, give him your number. What is you doing looking at us? Like, I put my name in his phone, and that was it. That was it. I didn't see none of him for the rest of the night. It was whatever. I had a good time with my friends. It was lit. Kind of a week passes, and again, like I said, I wasn't used to male attention. So the fact that he didn't call me didn't, like, I don't want to say it didn't surprise me, but it just, I wasn't focused on it. So when he texted me and he was like, yo, this is such and such, I met you at the Alpha Hall, and I was like, oh hey, yeah. You know, I'm trying to be cool, like, I think I remember you. Of course I remembered it. They asked him. Found out that we were the same like major, so we all of our classes were in the same building. So he was like, yeah, come, I'm in, you know, this classroom, you should come, you know. I said, what's that? So I go in there, he's in there on the little MacBook, on the, you know, doing little thing. So we sitting there talking. I find out that he's the same class as me, but the way that Hampton has this thing where it's like the freshman and the senior are the same class. So him and I were both ogres. I was 05-016, his class is 05-015. And so like it's like this little thing, you know, big ogres, little ogres, like big and little type situation. Which means he was like 22, you know, when I was 18. So, you know, obviously now being I'm 22, I would never mess with no 18-year-old, and I kind of have a different mindset in terms of these senior boys who be messing with these fresh out of high school little college girls, but that's a whole different video, and that's a different topic that we don't even need to get into right now. This went on for a couple weekends. Like I would go over there, end up spending the night, but nothing would happen. And so once I found out he was 22 and a senior, I was so afraid to tell him I was a virgin, because I felt like he not gonna want to talk to me because he gonna think I'm young as hell. You feel me? I'm messing with a grown ass man, and he not gonna want me no more, little girl ass, which I was. I had this thing where I would always have him drop me off at my dorm. I would never, like I said, our classes was in the same building, so I could have like spent the night over there taking a shower, and then we could have just went to class together. I never did that because I felt like, if I'm not having sex with you, why am I gonna take a shower in your house? I don't know, this is just my 18-year-old me thinking. Like, I don't like those two connected, because honestly that was annoying. I would have to wake up earlier, he would be annoyed he'd have to wake up earlier, so I could go to the dorm, shower, and then we would literally meet at the same class time. He'd be like, this is dumb. So that in my friend group kind of became the code for like, when Mecca takes a shower over there, you know, that's what's gonna happen. And so my roommate Mila, we were both in the same situation. We were both virgins, and we were both messing with senior boys. And so I don't want to say that we were in a hurry to lose our virginity, but I think that we just were feeling the pressure of messing with grown-ass men, and you feel me, we were not experienced in any of that. Jamila came back to the room and was like, bitch, it happened. I said, what you mean? She's like, I lost my virginity, we did it. And so at this point, I wasn't in a hurry to lose it, but I kind of felt like, okay, it's time to get off the pot. You feel me, girl? You almost 19. What you doing? So yeah, when Jamila came back to the room talking about she was no longer pure, I was like, oh yeah, it's time to get shit popping. It's time to make some shit shakes. Like, what you doing this weekend? Because it was like on a Wednesday, and he was like, nothing, I'm just chilling. I said, okay, bet. So went to my other friend Alantha's room, was telling her how I was plotting on, I said, y'all, I'm about to lose my virginity this week, and I don't care what none of y'all say. A woman. So she's giving me like pointers. She was like, you know, if you get on top, you can control it. You feel me? You can control how it goes, and it won't hurt as much. So I'm like, writes that down. Here I am really writing down what she's telling me. She's like, when you know, telling me how to arch my back, and we in the dorm room like practicing back arches. Like, this is the Like we really practiced, and she really showing me like, put your legs in the air like this, girl. He ended up hitting me like, you know what? Why we even gotta wait till the weekend to hang out? Why don't you come over tonight? And so I got that text while we in the middle of this little sex session. And I'm like, oh girl, he want to do it tonight. Mind you, he want to hang out tonight. He don't know I'm trying to do it, but obviously he a man. He gonna try to get his beat. So he probably thinking in his head, yeah, I'm finna take shorty tonight. If y'all get in my comments and roast me after I say this, I'm finna be hot. Listen. I was not having sex. I did not know nothing about sex. I did not know anything about my own female parts. Therefore, I did not shave my little cooch. So, I kind of had a little jungle going on there. And my friends had to, only because they had seen me naked, you feel me, when you get in the showers and stuff in the dorm. Shorty was like, yeah, girl, you gonna have to shave. Here, handed me a fresh razor out the pack and was like, do that now. So, also, that night was the first night I had, shaved my good meat. Go on all on its own because that was just a lot. I could do it real quick now. I get that text now, I'll be in the bathroom like zoom, zoom, zoom. We did what we usually do. You feel me? Hung out, we're talking, kicking it, said what's up to his roommate, went in the room. Okay, y'all, this is a moment of truth. So he turns the movie on, he turns Guardians of the Galaxy on. Girl, I lost my virginity to Guardians of the Galaxy. This is so funny. Okay, so he started kissing me, which we had made out at that point, but he started going in. I feel like he kind of knew that like something was gonna happen too. He started kissing me, started kissing on my neck, and I started feeling myself like real, like get wet for the first time. I ain't never felt that before. I was like, what the hell? So I stopped. I stopped what was going on, went to the bathroom, had to wipe myself. I'm like, child, I'm not peeing on myself. What is happening? And you feel me? It's a grown man. We gotta remember he's 22, so he not doing no little boy stuff. You feel me? He hitting my young little fresh ass with what you supposed to do. You feel me? Kissing my neck. Then he start going. He hit the two finger. And then he said, oh, you so wet. So then I was like, okay, so I'm supposed to be wet. Because like I said, I was feeling like, what the hell is going on? And I'm just sitting there the whole time he kissing on my neck and like fingering me. In my head, I'm like, this what God don't want me to do? But why? Like, this shit feels amazing. He went down. He went down on me. He necked me. So not only was I getting fingered for the first time, but he necked me for the first time. And since he knew what he was doing, he hit me with the finger neck combo. Oh, can I tell you, my little ass was in there just like I was shaking so much and I was trying to hold it together. Like, listen, all I'm saying is that was a lot of stuff to experience for the first time at once. He was like, take your shirt off. I was like, no, because this is back when I was still big, and I was like, no, I'm gonna keep it on. I'm gonna just keep it on. It's all right. I'm cold. I said some dumb shit like that. Now I'll be like, what's up? What we finna do? Remember the whole time Guardians of the Galaxy is on. I can tell you exactly what scene it was on when he stuck it in. So, but let me get ahead of myself. So he tells me, he's like, I only have one condom, and I'm in my head, I'm thinking, okay, why are you telling me? And I said, okay. And he was like, cause you're a virgin. And I was like, how you know? He was like, it's obvious. I'm like, oh, so here I am this whole time. I've been trying to keep this shit on the wraps, and you just been there the whole time. That's hella funny. And him telling me he had one condom was because, you know, I'm gonna want him to stop and stuff. But again, my little ass didn't know that. It was on this scene where Zoe Saldana's character is like running away from Star-Lord, and he's chasing her through like the galaxy or whatever plaza they're in. That's the scene where he stuck it in. And when I tell you I ain't never felt no pain like that in my life, I said, wait. That finger and stuff was amazing. The neck was amazing. But this right here, this was supposed to be the actual sex. I'm not into this. This is not it. So I'm letting him get a few strokes in, you feel me? And I'm just like, I'm trying to hold this together, but I was like, I said, stop. And I remember what my friend said, like, if you get on top, then it won't feel as bad. So I'm like, let me get on top. He thinking like, oh, okay, let me get on top. I tried to get on top and stick it in. Oh no, that didn't work neither. You know, let me just let me just get on top. Let me just do it. So he's like talking me through it. I'm like, because you know, I am a very, if you can't tell, boisterous person. So he started going, at first he was going real slow, and then he started going fast. And I started cussing him. I'm like, nigga, you hurt me. Like, get up off me. He like, stop. He's like, listen, it's gonna hurt, okay? Just let me, like, you feel me? Like, just, you gotta tough it out, essentially is what he told me. I said, you know what? I'm over this. This is not working for me. I don't want to do it no more. I got tears in my eyes. I'm over here screaming. I'm not even having fun. This is not fun at this point. So he's sitting there and he looking at me, and he was like, and I didn't want to look at his dick. I didn't want to look at it because I felt like if I looked at it, if I made eye contact with it, he was gonna ask me to suck it, and I was not there yet. And so he's laying there with the condom on, and he's like, well, I told you I only have one condom, so we got to figure out what we're gonna do. And this is the moment he must have realized how much of a young bitch he was fucking with. Yeah, I only have one condom, so we gotta figure it out. I was like, okay, just take that condom off and use it later. He looked at me and was like, baby, that's not how this works. And I'm like, oh. He was like, you can't put, once you take it off, you can't put it back on. I was like, oh, my bad, I wasn't aware. So after he had to give me a quick sex ed lesson, he's like, okay, you know what, we gonna go back in. And he tried to go back in. So I just felt like at that moment in time, I just needed to boss up, be a real boss ass bitch, and just take that shit. So I laid there, I got that shit from the back. I was crying, my face was on the pillow. I was screaming and crying because it hurt so bad. It did not feel good. It was terrible. But I got through it. And then it was funny because it really only lasted like 10 minutes. I guess because I was so tight. Because he apologized. He was like, I nutted so quick. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. And I'm looking at him like, what the hell are you apologizing for? I'm so happy this experience is over. This is terrible. Remember how I told my friends, I was like, okay, I'm going to take a shower over here tonight. This morning we could just go to class together. Because you feel me, I had sex. So I took a shower, got dressed, had him drop me off at the building my science class was in that I actually had with my whole friend group. And Jamila was sitting there, the lunch was sitting there, the other girl we used to hang out with was sitting there. They gave me a seat, and I was a little late, obviously, because I had been in my boo's house. They had all left from the dorm together. So I walk in, I'm just like, I sit down. Jamila like, why you so damn happy? And Alontra like, yeah, why you so geeked? And I just remember I turned around and I was like, I took a shower. And like, mind you, our teachers up there like talking, they start screaming. They're like, ah! So obviously after we got out of class, I gotta tell them everything I just told y'all in much more detail because, you know, it was literally what, 12 hours beforehand, you know, like, and not whatever 3 years, the 3 years it's been now.